life, something new in my life, something wonderful in my life. Oh Lord, do something tangible in my life, something reasonable in my life, something wonderful in my life. Oh Lord. Something wonderful in my life, something reasonable in my life. Oh Lord, do something new in my life, something tangible in my life, something reasonable in my life. Oh Lord, do something new in my life, something new in my life, something wonderful in my life. Oh Lord, do something tangible in my life, something reasonable in my life, something wonderful in my life. Something wonderful in my life, something reasonable in my life. Oh. Take your seats. For a man to be a star, he must discover the dream God has planted in him. But what is a dream? A dream is the ability to see tomorrow before tomorrow comes. A dream is the ability to cross that bridge before you get there. A dream is the ability to place demand on your creativity every day. Everyone here has a dream. Can we turn to the book of Jeremiah chapter 1 verse 5? Everyone here, God has planted, God has put, God has hidden, God has placed a dream inside you. Every one of us. Hold the line, sir. Look up and look at me. It is painful and wrong for a man not to know his God-given dream on time. You should begin at the age of 10 to ask God to show you
his plan for you, his dream for you, his destiny for you. It is wrong for a man at the age of 20 to start asking God, what do you want me to do? And maybe you're already a married man with big responsibilities and no earning power to take care of your family and your children. At the age of 8, 9, 10, every one of us should begin to ask God to show him or her his plan for his or her life. I knew I was going to be a preacher at the age of 10. It took away distraction from me. It gave me focus and direction. While others were planning to become professors of mathematics, I was dreaming of becoming a great preacher. What is your God-given dream and destiny? What has God assigned to you to do? What has God set you apart to do? You must know it. Not only know a purpose without pursuit leads to frustration. You must not only know, you must pursue it. You must pursue it. Why? Because only men of focus can make history. What did I say? Only men of focus can make history. At the age of 8 to the age of 9, teach your children to seek to know what God has put on their inside. My heart bleeds when I hear of a married man wanting to know God's plan for his life. At that old age, the Bible says there is time for everything. Can we turn to chapter 1 verse 5 of the book of Jeremiah?
Before I formed thee
in the belly,
I knew thee.
I knew you.
And before thou camest forth out
Before you came out of the mother's womb,
I sanctified
I have separated you for something. Wait. Everyone here was created to solve a problem. And unless you know the problem you were sent to solve, you are going to remain at the middle road of life. And there is no place as dangerous as the middle road of life. A man came to see me yesterday. He said he introduced himself to me as a politician. And I had to know his credentials. And I said to him, you are not fit to be a politician in this country. No. Because every politician must be an educated man. A man who can communicate his dreams and desires and his mission and his vision. You can join politics, but if you don't have qualification, you remain the houseboy. You campaign with them vigorously. When they share loot, they will not remember you. Why? Because you don't have the qualification. If you want to become preachers, everywhere you go, you hear people say, I'm a pastor, I am an evangelist. If God has not called you to be a preacher, you have put a cross upon yourself. Why? God does not bless what he does not approve. So many of us are stupidly arrogant. We think God is our houseboy. A woman came to see me 2 weeks ago. She's the bishop of their church. The husband is a member. And I said, Madam, God cannot bless this ministry. And she said, indeed, we are suffering. When you put the cart before the horse, there will be no movement. If you're not doing well in your life, ask yourself, am I doing what God called me to do? How do we know what God called you to do? Number one, you have passion for it. A compelling passion. And I want to announce that a man of passion cannot be defeated. Number two, you find peace in your heart, which I want to call great faith. Now mother asked me, if you become a preacher, who will take care of you? And I said, God. And she asked me, do you know where he lives? And I said, he lives in our house. We discussed with him. She said, I think you're mental. Get out from here. When you know what God has called you to do, you are going to have such compelling, commanding faith that doubt will not play any role in your heart. When God asked me to go to you, people say, when you go, they will kill you. No, it is God who sent me, who will protect me. And at the motor park, Uyo motor park, a man walked up to me and said, are you not Uma? I dreamt about you last night. I saw you in my dream. God asked me to give you an accommodation until you can get yours. 3 days after, a woman saw me and said, are you not Uma? God asked me to give you 3 plots of land. What will I be doing with 3 plots of land? She laughed and said, now I know you're a baby. I'll be a mother to you. Until she died, she was more than a mother to me. Why? When God gives a vision, he gives the provision. The first thing is what? Passion. The second thing is what? Peace. The third thing is what? Faith. The Bible says, while you were in your mother's womb, I gave an assignment to you. I set you aside for something. In 1975, I bought a very big machine in the United States of America, and they left a writing on that machine. The writing says, before you try this machine your own way, try it our own way, for we are the makers of this machine. Men and brethren, you cannot run too fast without running on the right rail God has set for you. So what do you think you have been sent to do in this world? Are you a biological accident? Or God has a dream for you? Find out, what are you called to do in this world? Just to roam about? No. When the governor of Eastern Nigeria came to our school in 1958, Kana County Council School, and asked to know what, there were 3 of us. He asked the first boy what he would do. A barber, he said, Abiy Tega said to him, I'll replace you as the governor of Eastern Nigeria. The whole crowd shouted, Your Excellency, Your Excellency. The second person, a barber, he said to His Excellency, I'll be a medical doctor. I'll be the best lawyer Nigeria will ever know. It was my thought. And I said to him, Your Excellency, I'll be a preacher. Nobody clapped, because in those days, pastors were hopelessly and wretchedly and stupidly and restlessly poor. They were as poor as church rats. My uncle gave me the beating of my life and drove me away from his house. He said to announce you'll be a preacher shows you'll be nobody. That was where he missed it. If God has called you to sweep this hall, that act of sweeping will take care of you and pay all your bills. That brings us to the second thing. In life, don't compare yourself with others. Let's see the book of Genesis chapter 37. Let's take verse 11.
And his brethren envied him.
Well, maybe we should go to verse 5.
And Joseph dreamed a dream.
He dreamt a dream.
And he told it his brethren.
He told his brethren the dream he dreamt.
And they hated him yet the more.
What was his dream? He saw the moon and the sun and stars bow before him. What a lofty dream. The brothers became envious. I'm going to make a beautiful sentence here. Envy is the rottenness of the bones. The book of Proverbs chapter 14 verse 30. Envy shoots at others, but wounds itself. What did I say? Envy shoots at others, but wounds itself. Envy has no gain. But the painful thing that envy does not rest. No holiday for envy. Envy sucks the enthusiasm in you and takes away your excitement and your happiness, because envy compels you to compare yourself with others. There is nothing more stupendous under the sun than comparing yourself with others. I've been called to be an apostolic evangelist, to bring together churches and turn their area into mission field and declare Christ as the Lord, and use their resources and my resources to carry out the program. But I have never been jealous of men who are church planters. I have friends who have more than 2,000 churches. They can't provoke me to envy. Why? The cross they're carrying is not the same as the one I'm carrying. You ought to be wooden cross. Man could be iron cross. Don't compare yourself with others. It leads to envy. It leads to jealousy. And I want you to hear me. Jealousy stops you from functioning. It makes you vicious. It makes you wretched and makes you wicked. I had a call this evening from one of my relations. He said, since you gave money to one of us, she had been singing your praise all day, all night, all day, all... And I said to him, if I don't hear to say, shut up your mouth. You're traveling on the road of jealousy. I may have given her money, but you also have done something for her by being around her when I couldn't be around her. That somebody is prettier than you is a lie. Everybody who is a woman, no, once you have somebody who loves you, you're pretty, you're handsome. And the Bible says God so loves you. And if God loves you, you're handsome, you are also pretty. How many of you know that beauty is in the eye of the beholder? One of my cousins, a 51-year-old girl, got proposal from a rich man. I asked the man, what made you propose to my relation? He said, this girl can make you laugh and laugh and laugh and laugh. At the age of 51, will she give you any child? He said, as an unbeliever, I have 5 children from 5 women. Now I want to settle down with one woman who can make me laugh 5 times a day. The day he came to announce his interest in my relation, he came with 10 jeeps. Hey, why 10 jeeps? I want to show you my wealth. I can conduct this wedding anytime you want us to conduct the wedding. I have enough money to conduct a wedding within 1 week from now. Amazingly, all my relations that used to look down on her and talk down on her and snub her and mock her began to say to her, during that wedding, don't forget to send us a wedding card. We have been praying for you, which is a lie. They have been mocking her. Failure has no brother, no cousin, no sister. And I want to announce your hour to shine like 10,000 stars has come. But you must ask God to show you what he created you for. But how many of you know that dream is useless if not converted to action? There are what we call local lawyers. People who dream of being lawyer but who refuse to go to school to become lawyers. They want to be a preacher, pay the price, but wait, hear God's call first before you begin to answer evangelist, reverend, apostle. A woman called me last night. She said, I'm an apostle. And I'm not doing well in my ministry. You're already an apostle. You don't need help. An apostle gives help to others. So look for another person. Leave me alone. Unless you turn your dream into action, you are a pretender. Can somebody shout hallelujah? No, shout it louder, somebody. I'm going to make a beautiful sentence. That is number 4. Anytime you tolerate and celebrate mediocrity in another person's life, you increase your own mediocrity by celebrating mediocres. Let me put it in a better way. If you celebrate those who are living in sin, if you celebrate those who drink, if you celebrate those who run after men or girls and will honor them, you are going to become one of them. Why? Men who sleep with dogs shall rise up with fleas. What does that mean? Don't befriend somebody who is unproductive. Don't befriend somebody who is not a wage earner. Don't befriend someone who goes about begging for financial help. For the Bible teaches and history confirms that if a man will not work, that man should not eat. Don't befriend people who are irresponsible. Don't befriend girls who sleep with men who are not married to them, or else you soon become one of them. Why? Because we all absorb influences as bread absorbs water. So don't celebrate mediocrity in anybody's life, or else your own will increase. Number 5. Every one of us must invest in good relationship. What do I mean? Look up and look at me. Life is made in a way there are people who divide us, and there are those who subtract us, but there are those who multiply us. You need those who will stretch you and enlarge your vision. You need those who will challenge you and say you can do better than you're doing. Not those who mock you and accept your mediocrity as final. What am I saying? Look for those who can encourage you. One of the things I like about my wife is we don't agree on anything. My wife has the ability to oppose you. When I found out all of us will grow by the opposite view, I fell in love with that aspect of her life. I don't like to say to her, hey, we're going to climb this mountain. And she'll say, yes, sir, let's go. No, I want to hear her say, hey, Omar, this mountain is too high for us to climb. We would actually die while climbing this mountain. Stop. It brings out the best in me. Makes me pray more. Makes me seek after God. when we had Assemblies of God's council meeting in my village, I introduced my friend from Togo to the crowd and asked him to greet the brethren. They gave him microphone. He got up and said to the crowd, "Hey, I have no greetings for you. I have prayer requests for you. I saw a prophet in a cave. I saw a man in a cave. What he calls a house is a matches box. When he comes to Togo to preach to us, we send many vehicles to Benin to escort him to Togo. We take him to Togo Stadium and fill it to overflow. So on my way to his village, I was expecting a magnificent building that would represent the greatness of our God. And he said, "When I brethren, I saw this prophet in a cave. Can you people pray for him?" He dropped the microphone. I went to him, "My friend, what do you think you're doing?" He said, "I'm here to wake you up from this stupid slumber. Show the world who our God is." I went to the highest place in my village and said to God, "Father, whoever bought this hill, compel them to sell this hill to me." When I told my wife I was going to build a house on that crest, she didn't talk to me for 2 weeks. She said, "You're a crazy man." She said, "We will die before we finish it." Men and brethren, we all grow by the opposite view. Sometimes some of us run after those who clap for them when we are not doing well. The Bible said, "Correct a wise man, he become what? Wiser." Those who see you and say you're doing well, when you know you are not doing well, they are your enemies. I said to my first son, "You know what, my son, until you get admission to university, so leave my house." He looked at me and asked me, "Why must I read too hard? If you die, I'll sell 3 of your cars, I'll be rich." Me? People like me don't die early. Oh, I'm here for a long haul. But I said to him, "My mother scolded me. Did I care?" Find out people who are not doing well around you. Wake them up. When I sent you one engineer to this crest, they brought their reports to me and said, "Oma, nobody can build on that crest. You have just wasted your money." No. When men have spoken, go to God for second opinion. So I fasted for 2 weeks. A man walked up to me and said, "I will build a road to the plateau of the crest, but I'll charge you exorbitantly in case I die." I gave him the money, and in 2 weeks, there was a road to the plateau of the crest. Hey, we are working with a man that specializes in impossibilities. Therefore, let no mountain discourage you. Stand up and say to 3 persons, "Let no mountain discourage you." There are 2 groups of people under the sun. Those who break records and those who are broken. There are people, when they run into problems, they break record. There are others, when they run into problems, they are broken forever. My cousin was jilted by a lousy, beautiful girl. And he began to weep and cry every day. He would say to me, "Oh boy, there's no girl as pretty as that girl. Now that she has sacked me, I have no reason to live." And I will say to him, "If you die, I'll still eat my own breakfast and my lunch and my dinner. We bury you and move on." Life is a kingdom of choices. I want you to make up your mind tonight to be one man that will break records every time you run into problems of life. So can we see the book of John chapter 22? No, chapter 11 verse 22. What does it say? Awesome God.
But I know that even now.
Wait, can somebody say even now? No, say, shout it louder, even now. I can have a miracle. Martha's brother was buried, but she demonstrated that her brother had been buried, but her faith was not buried. Every man of great dream is unstoppable. Oh, Joseph's brothers wanted to kill the dream in him. That dream in you shall not die. It shall not die. Let men do their worst. Nobody will destroy that dream except you. You are the only one who can destroy that dream. I have a relation. The father was my uncle. The father died and the mother gave her out to serve as a house girl. When I heard it, I went and ordered her uncle, her mother's brother, to return her to me. I asked her mother, if your husband had not died, could you have asked this girl to be a house girl? The girl came and asked her, what do you want to be in life? She said, I want to be a medical doctor. Come on, that's a great dream. But let's start somewhere. Go to school of nursing. She went and was the best in their class. Hey, go and do BSc nursing. She went, she was the best in their class. Hey, you need to come be a medical doctor as you have said. Come on, go and read medicine. She was one of the best in her class. The day of her graduation, I gave her a beautiful small car and she wept. As I speak now, from being a house girl to being a medical doctor. Not only a medical doctor, she is now the deputy senior medical officer of our hospital. What does that mean? I am saying it to say, right where you are today is a good place to start your journey to greatness. What did I say? Right where you are. You may have been made a house girl, it's not over. You may have no money on you, that is not over. When my uncle drove me away, I went to another uncle who said, oh man, I hear you live in church, I won't give you money. At the age of 12, I'll give you a job to do. Aim your way through school. And I said, yes, sir. They gave me a job. I placed myself on Gary 3 times a day. The cheapest food in Nigeria is Gary. 1 cup can last you 1 week. Just add sugar. Don't add sugar, add salt. Because sugar is expensive. Add water, which is very cheap. Life is designed in a way that nobody will know what to eat before coming to this meeting. Can your body show? Don't worry about what to eat because nobody knows what you have eaten. Hey, don't let Satan use your face as a blackboard to tell the world how poor you are. What will brings me to my next port of call. Men of enthusiasm, girls who can smile beautifully well, men who are always joyful. Their enthusiasm will take them to where their gift and talent and education cannot take them to. Can we run down to chapter 4 of the book of Philippians? We take verse 6. Help me, let's be fast. Philippians 4 verse 6.
Be careful for nothing.
No, I don't like that word. It should be what?
Be anxious for nothing.
Anxious about what? Hey, do me a favor. Find 4 persons. Say to each one of them, be anxious about nothing. On the 12th of September 1985, by 5 a.m., armed robbers broke into our office and moved all the valuable things we had, moved into our printing press and moved machines. They were caught, and God said, "Oh man, for everything they removed out of the office, give those things back to them as a gift from you." Father, that's not how we act in Nigeria. And God said, "Shut up your mouth, do what I ask you to do." By 4 p.m., my driver drove into a big river with my 2 children and my 2 cousins. By 5 p.m., I dived into that water to bring up my children. My wife also dived in. She cannot swim, so the water took her as punishment for not knowing how to swim and diving into water. The water threw her up 6 times. I had to run after her, held her with one hand, and used one hand to swim. This young man who is sleeping like he's on drug. Did you go to armed robbery last night? Stop it, I'll make you stand. You are too young to sleep in church. Excitement drives away fatigue. I don't know whether you know what it means to carry a woman with one hand and swim with another hand. By the time I got to the seashore, I was exhausted, I was fagged out, I was tired. I just collapsed. Anyway, finally we brought out the children, put them in a car to pray for them. But a car from the opposite direction drove into that car, smashed the chassis of the engine, destroyed the bonnet of the car and the bumper of the car. For God has said to me in the month of June while in America, God said, "Oh, I will test you one day to know why you love me. On that day I will not answer your prayer." Every one of us shall be tested. But let me make a beautiful, I want to make a beautiful sentence. It is this: circumstances are rulers to the weak and cowards, but instruments to the wise. What did I say? Circumstances, problems. They are what? Rulers of the weak and cowards, but they are instruments in the hands of wise men. Why? Every problem is a choice. You can decide what a problem will do for you. Number B, every problem is a gateway to a reward. Number C, every problem is a pathway to promotion. Problems are not sent to destroy you, but to make you. Life without a problem is useless. We all grow by the problem we solve. Big men solve big problem. Can you imagine what the president of Nigeria goes through every night? Even the governor of the state. Do you think a carpenter in his house will go through the same thing as the governor of the state? No. The bigger you are, the bigger your problems will be. What am I saying? Let's run back to chapter 1, verse 6 of the book of 1 Samuel. I want to show from the Bible, madam, that you don't have a child because there is a great child about to come out of your womb, and Satan is afraid, and Satan feels threatened, and the kingdom of hell is opposed to that child. Men can call you barren, but you are not barren. Very soon that closed womb shall open, and your Samuel shall show forth. The first prophet judge of Israel shall come forth. A great giant shall come forth. A star of the kingdom shall come forth. Raise your hand and shout hallelujah, somebody. What does it say, sir? 1 Samuel chapter 6, chapter 1, verse 6.
And her adversary
also mocked her and ridiculed her and provoked her to anger.
For to make her afraid.
To make her afraid.
Because the Lord has shut up her
Because the
womb.
Lord has shut up her womb.
And as he did so year by year.
Yes.
And when she went up to the house of the Lord.
Yes.
So she provoked her.
Yes.
Therefore she wept.
She wept.
And did not eat.
And did not eat.
Then said Elkanah her husband to her.
Yes.
Hannah, why weepest thou? And why eatest thou not?
Let's go back. The enemy attacked her, but she found what I call the weapon of warfare. When the enemy blocks your way, when the enemy closes a road against you, when the enemy raises enemies against you, number one, fast your prayer. Say to God, I will not eat today until you answer my prayer. Anybody can do it here. It doesn't cost money. It's a weapon in the hands of children of God. Fasting is you going to God's bedroom to call his attention and seek his attention. If nothing happens, fast means weep your prayer. Can we turn to the book of Mark chapter 10, verse 46 and 47? Let me fast. I want you to hear me tonight. Every problem that comes your way shall now be your promotion.
And they came to Jericho.
Yes.
And as he went out of Jericho with his disciples.
Yes.
And a great number of
multitude. Yes.
Blind Bartimaeus, the son of Timaeus, sat by the highway.
Who sat by the wayside begging?
And when he heard that Jesus of
Nazareth was passing, but I'm excited now. She had a problem. When I speak of dream, I speak of God creating your eyes that you may see opportunities and walk into them and grab them. When I speak of dream, I speak of God equipping your ears to receive instruction. The book of Ecclesiastes chapter 10 verse 10 says, the only profit that wisdom gives is to give you direction. What do I mean? Hey, do you want to go to America? Ask God how. Do you want to be the richest man in New York? Ask God to tell you how. Do you want to receive your sight? Ask God to show you how. In 1974, I didn't know how to go to America. I had an expired from I-20. I went for visa. The visa officer looked at me and asked me, are you well? How? He said, this your form I-20 expired last year. Therefore, nobody will even interview you. Go back, wherever you came from. Visa officer, I've done my send-off. Yeah, what is send-off? I've given out my things to people. I've announced my movement to the United States of America. I've sold what I had gave up. And the man said, will you please get that from me? I said, you are not qualified to be interviewed. I came home and cried and locked myself up and said to God, I'll fast and pray until you open that door for me. For 1 month I didn't leave my room. There's power in weeping prayer. There's power in fasting, but there's greater power in wrestling prayer. When you lock yourself up and say to God, I won't open that door until you turn my lamentation to laughter, my disgrace into grace. Father, my enemies are mocking me. They are laughing at me. Can you bring me to where they will laugh with me, not laugh at me anymore? We have been given power to rule our circumstances. Let me announce, God wants to make you commander of your circumstances. No, say them in better. Somebody say better. The man will call Caleb and say, give me this mountain. Give me that problem and that obstacle. I will handle it. I'm looking for men here. These are the giants and how they are made. These are the stars. That's how they are made. They don't recognize any obstacle. Do you know I fasted for 1 month on that closed door? I was shocked. When I opened that door, there was a letter from California, signed by a pastor and a senator and a governor. I thought you would clap for this great God. You are the mighty God, the great I am. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
You are the mighty God, the great I am. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Ọ̀pọ̀ ilé ọ̀pọ̀ sọ́yà bàṣì, àdìgbàgbà mi. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
You are the mighty God, the great I am. Hallelujah.
No, don't cease. Can you stand up and prophesy over that mountain on your path? And say to that mountain, thou mountain, you will soon be leveled by my God. You, the army of my Egypt, very soon you'll exist no more.